Hey everybody, happy Sunday. This is episode 5 of Cup of Coffee, and I think that today I'm just gonna go over some productivity advice based on what I do in my day-to-day life to manage my energy, my time, and just generally be able to show up every day to work on the stuff that's going to help me achieve the goals that I want to achieve in my life. So yeah, let's get started. This one's probably not going to be as long as the other ones that I've made so far. It's the end of the day. I had a pretty fun day going to Trader Joe's and going to Truck Bicycle to try out a bike with my wife. And yeah, I don't know. I just wasn't thinking too much about the channel today, so kind of left this till the end of the day. I'm about to make burgers in a few minutes, so I'm just gonna go through this. So anyways, number 1, morning routines. I'm sure you hear plenty about how to make the perfect morning routine or what you should have in your morning routine, that you should have one in the first place. So I just wanted to show you my morning routine. So this is kind of the 4th or 5th iteration of the same one, but I'm not starting from scratch. I just kind of monitor this to see if in any of these time slots something needs to change in order for me to feel more energized during the routine, or if I need to get more sleep, or if something can just be done more quickly, etc. So, it's a living document. I believe a morning routine is not something you set and forget. It's something that you set and monitor and make changes to over time as your life evolves, as you get into different seasons of life, some more active in your side projects, some less active and, spending more time with friends and family, etc. So I'm going to go through kind of how I figured out how to, make this routine. So you'll see here that I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and this is so far only for my weekdays. So I don't really follow this on the weekends because I like to sleep in. I like to kind of forget about work and productivity on the weekends and just enjoy life, so that when I go back to the next week, I feel energized enough to do something this rigorous. Because on Sundays through Thursdays, I have to go to bed at 9 o'clock in order to make this work, 10 o'clock at the latest if I want to get enough sleep. So 4 o'clock, I literally just take my cat out of the room so she doesn't wake up my wife. I start the coffee, and then I take a shower and shave my face, and then I, do my morning routine except for brushing my teeth, and then I put on my clothes for the workday, and immediately after that, only 15 minutes after I wake up, I start working on my side project. And I allot 2 hours to work on my side project before I brush my teeth, feed the cats, hang out with the cats, cuddle them a little bit, and then I go hang out with my wife when she wakes up around 6:45. And then from 7:15 to 8, I'm doing the dishes, the laundry, so I don't have to do these things after work when I want to make dinner. I have some bonding time with my wife. I warm up my car. Since I live in Wisconsin and it's cold in the winter, I have to include this so that my car is comfortable for me to go to work in, so I don't start to blame this routine for having an uncomfortable commuting experience. And then at 8 o'clock, I have a stand-up meeting with my team. What I've started doing is I'll take that meeting, and then I'll take out my garbage, and then I'll commute after the meeting. I used to commute to work in time to be in the office for the meeting, but I started realizing that getting that extra time at home would give me more enjoyment out of my mornings during the work week, because I'd get to see my wife, I'd get to have time to do chores that I wouldn't have to do after work as a result, and I'd be able to go in feeling a bit more awake. So that's an example of one way I've iterated on this in the past. And, you know, as things evolve, I have to add things. Like, I started going to physical therapy, so I add in my PT exercises into my 9 to 5 on here. And I even have all the way up until 9 p.m. when I go to bed. So, you know, it's pretty loose. I try to keep it loose enough that I don't feel like I'm forcing myself to stick to like a strict regimen, but I make sure that, you know, I make it just specific enough so I get what I need to get done every day. So right when I get home, I cook dinner, hang out with my wife. Sometimes she cooks dinner and I get to play video games, just depends on the day. And then the last half hour of the day before I go to bed at 9, I get a protein shake in to help with muscle recovery because I work out during the workday. It's one of the benefits of my job is on site they have a gym where I work out, so I take advantage of that. I brush my teeth, I put lotion on because the stuff I do builds a lot of calluses and got to keep my skin healthy. And then, yeah, just hang out with my wife before I go to bed. So I put all this stuff in here because every single thing matters. And so one thing that I did before making this whole long checklist was I decided, okay, well, why do I want to wake up early in the morning? Like, why can't I just wake up just in time to roll out of bed and go to work? And you should be asking yourself the same thing, because when you make a morning routine, you should have a purpose for it. Maybe it's that you don't feel like, what do you feel like you don't get time for in the morning? What's motivating you to do this? And then get really specific. So I wanted to make sure that I felt clean going to work, that I got time with my wife before I went to work, that I got time to work on my side projects. And so, you know, I had to make sure that I knew exactly how much time I should allot to these things. So side projects are the variable there because, you know, you can spend however long you want on these things, but, you know, you have to decide how much time you're willing to spend on them in the morning. Like, how much sleep are you willing to lose? And so I ended up settling on 2 hours, kind of fluctuated between 1 and 2 hours for a bit, but I kind of decided, well, I want to spend at least an hour. So what's the earliest I'm willing to wake up in the morning? The earliest I was willing to wake up was 4 o'clock. So from there, I see what's the latest I can go to work, and those are the two, that's like the window I have available to me. So then I slot that hour in or 2 hours in this case for the side projects, and then I see, okay, what else needs to get done in the morning and where do I fit those things in? And, you know, it's kind of a bit of an art and a science. You'll figure out what order of operations works best for you, but the first thing you need to do is just decide what your priorities are, how early you want to wake up, and what's the earliest you're willing to go to bed as well, because that's going to determine how much quality sleep you get when you wake up that early. So yeah, just start with your list of priorities, then go to when's the earliest you're willing to go to bed and wake up, and honestly the rest kind of just spells itself out for you. You know, you have to be at work between 2 different times probably. The people in your life or the pets you have probably have their own schedules that you need to adhere to. Like, you're not gonna wake your spouse up earlier than they want to be woken up. You're not gonna feed your pets or take care of them later than you need to take care of them. So there's some things that are fixed, and those are the things that you kind of work around, or you figure out if you can adjust them by, you know, just being empathetic. And if you can't change like anything in your environment, then you just operate within those constraints and do your best. So that's all I have to say about morning routines. So I guess I can probably leave it for another video if I want to talk about other productivity stuff, since we're about to hit 10 minutes. thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, and give me some feedback in the comments if you have any suggestions for future videos. And yeah, hope the next week for all of you goes really great and you get a lot done. And yeah, peace.